Hello everyone, welcome back to Patchoulzi. I'm Patch, and I hope you'll allow me to entertain you. Now, every single Baldur's Gate 3 video starts by giving a long explanation of what it is and the entire plot of the game, and while I am tempted to assume people watching know what the hell I'm talking about, chances are you don't, and that's okay. Baldur's Gate 3, which I'm just gonna say BG3 for the rest of the video, is a game about being kidnapped, getting a tadpole shoved up your eye that will turn you into Squidward Square, meeting a new group of quirky little fellows who all get along, and discovering the reason you got a tadpole shoved up your eye was because of some grand master plan, and there's three main people behind it, and your dream guardian is also Squidward, and your companions are hot and tragic, and yeah. BG3 has a lot to offer. Covering the writing behind every companion, every interaction, and the themes messaging behind the game would be complicated and would make for a very long video. So today, I'm going to talk about a specific aspect of the game, the companions. More specifically, the companions who are women, and more specifically, their flaws. And I don't mean flaws as in flaws within the writing itself, I'm talking about character flaws. What makes them imperfect? I don't see any videos covering the way the female companions are written in this way, which is unfortunate. BG3 should honestly be considered a masterclass in writing strong, complex, and flawed women in fiction. Why? Well, in this video, you will know why. So watch till the end, or the Dream Guardian will come to your dreams and try to get you on some space gummies. No, they won't. I'm lying. Now, while I will be going in alphabetical order and not just by favorites, Karlach just happens to be in front of said alphabetical order and is my favorite, so we're starting with her. Heh, stickers. One of Karlach's strengths is her strength. From her visible muscles, hulking frame, scars aplenty, and even the glowy death heart in her chest, her character design does not shy away from showing the viewer she is a badass and a baddie all at once. From her enthusiasm, unbridled passion, and typical barbarian rage and intelligence, you might think she's absolutely perfect, right? Nar. Nope. You're wrong, ya dingus. Karlach is one stubborn creature. If she has a goal, she will reach it. If she says she's gonna kill someone, you bet your ass she will do it. And if she refuses to go back to the hells, even if it saves her life, you bet your ass she would rather burn. The thing is, Karlach has a good reason to be stubborn. She was in the hells for years, forced to fight in a war she was against. She had a good reason to resent the man who sent her to the hells in the first place. She has a good reason to want to kill the posers of Tyr. And while at the end, she may end up killing the fake paladin and killing Gortash, she can't go back to face Sariel. She refuses. It will save her life. She doesn't care.
You have to return to Avernus. For good. Or this thing is going to burn you up from the inside out. And sooner than you think.
The minute I set foot back in Avernus, Zarya will force me back into service. I'm not doing her bidding again. I'd rather die.
In her eyes, the only escape is death or turning into a mind flayer. And unless you really talk it into her at her final moments to go back to the hells, she will die. Her stubborn nature won. It's a flaw many of us have, really. So passionate about our beliefs to the point of stubbornness. Not hearing the other side out, even if it will only benefit us. While I wish there was a better ending for Karlach, unfortunately for her, it's either death or going back to her worst nightmare. Next, we have lae'zel. Lae'zel is a ride or die type of person. Vlaakith is on her good side. She kinda has to be because she's getting Yankee. If she breaks out of that indoctrination, or if you romance her, she is your ride and die. If you free Orpheus, turn him into a mind flayer, and kill him, she will take over his mission to liberate her people with no hesitation. The two L's in lae'zel stand for loyal, and yet this ties into her flaw. Lae'zel is loyal to her people. She's loyal to Vlaakith, and she holds others to that standard. She expects others to adhere to Githyanki standards when most people are just trying to vibe. After all, she grew up indoctrinated into Githyanki society from a young age. As a servant of Vlaakith, she expects the lower peoples to bow to service her, to listen to her when she barks orders. She is going to serve Vlaakith one day, goddammit, submit to her. This is called ethnocentrism. lae'zel believes that her culture is superior and is right. She believes that her people's Zaith'isk is the only cure for a mind flayer tadpole, and when that's questioned by reality, she begins to question her reality. Her cultural identity as a servant of Vlaakith and as a proud Githyanki is shaken at its core. This makes watching lae'zel's journey ever more interesting, as we see someone question their unbridled loyalty, and we watch it fall away, despite the fact that I have previously listed her loyalty as a strength. Speaking of falling, I think it's time we fall down to the underground, the Underdark, for our next companion we will be looking at today, Minthara. Minthara was born in the Underdark, in one of the oldest houses in Menzoberranzan, the Baneways. She survived an assassination attempt at the ripe old age of, 0, while feeding upon her mother. Later on, even her own mother tried to assassinate her, but despite her circumstances, she went on to be a frightening leader in Menzoberranzan. When Absolutists dared to invade the Underdark, she put them in their place. And yet, as cunning and as deadly as she thought she wasn't ready for the Absolute. When Minthara became a victim of the Absolute, she never lost her commanding presence. In fact, I feel the Absolute accented it. She was able to control an entire tribe of goblins and cause mass destruction to a group of druids and tieflings, that is, if you let her. Throughout the game, it's also implied that Minthara was very superior, at least before she fails, in Kethric's eyes.
So what?
Me, Zyrel, Minthara, whoever you are, leave. I shall carry out General Form's will alone.
Once you free her from the Absolute's hold, the only thing on her mind is vengeance. In the eyes of Ketheric Thorm, she was a failure to the Absolute, and before her mind is erased, if you manage to save her, that is, she wants vengeance. Not for other victims, but for her. She wants to take this Absolute for herself. She's selfish, and she almost revels in it. She rejects Lolth. She rejects the Absolute. She is her own god, a selfish one at that. And if she never manages to get her hands on the Netherbrain, she's more than willing to conquer the rest of Faerun with you. Shadowheart, while being forced to torture people for information, while subscribed to a goddess infamous for her evil and emphasis on loss, is a gentle soul at heart. She disapproves of you being mean to children. She loves to camp pets like it's nobody's business. She gets pissed drunk if you ravage the Druid's Grove from the guilt. The issue is her gentle soul is being held hostage by a ruthless goddess. You might be fooled into thinking Shadowheart's flaw is the fact she's secretive and doesn't tell you about her Shar worship right away. I argue that's not the case. For one, the execution of her secretive nature is flawed. I couldn't call that the character's fault, but rather the fact that she's in a video game world and plot needs to progress. For two, 5 out of our 8 companions, if you don't count Tab and Urge as companions, are hiding a secret that could worsen our perception of them. Astarion being a vampire, Galen is Orb, Jaheira and Minsk, Shadowheart and Shar worship, and Will and Mizora. While having everyone's fatal flaw being the fact that they keep secrets wouldn't be so bad if executed properly, I don't believe it's Shadowheart's flaw. With Shadowheart, I think her flaw is the fact that she needs something to worship. The woman is too incapable of being independent, bouncing from one goddess to another, at least depending on how you play her. If you're on a good playthrough and you have Shart-free Aelin yaps to Shart about how she, at one point, worshipped Selûne with her parents. That's enough to make Shart convert pretty much overnight. We, as the player character, tell her she doesn't have to do this. She doesn't have to bounce from one goddess to the next. The thing is, Shadowheart's need to worship was a thing brought up on both sides. It's almost as intense, I may argue, as lae'zel's worship of Vlaakith. No wonder they're doomed lesbians. None of the other characters feel this intrinsic need to worship. Sure, Gale at one point loved Mystra, but he treats her more as a past lover than a goddess. Will resents Mizora, and Minthara rejects all of Faerun's pantheon. Halsin follows Sylvanas, but he's not stressing over whether he's doing the right thing according to Sylvanas, it just comes naturally to him. Shadowheart isn't so lucky. Her sense of morality while there is kind of fucked right up, and as such, she needs someone, a higher power, to give her that sense of morality, or she's just numb. I'm so sorry this was late. This was my first ever video essay where I yapped about something I'm interested in to the YouTube void, and man was this fun, but also labor intensive. Nonetheless, it's a process I enjoyed as I enriched my little brainworm. It's all about the process, gang. I would also invite critique. I wrote this all in one night, and I wouldn't be surprised if this essay was clunky or flawed, or if I didn't really hit any of the main points. I'm not asking for hate comments, but I am asking for debate, and I am asking for more technical critiques if necessary. I'm ready for critiques, I think. While writing this, I also came up with another conclusion about BG3 that may or may not already exist. If it does, then I won't do it, and if it doesn't, well, I'm gatekeeping. I'm evil. If this video does well, then that could possibly be my next video essay. Before you go, here are a couple of reminders. My socials are linked down below if you want to see what I'm up to beyond YouTube. I'm on Blue Sky, Kara, and Newgrounds. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell. This helps push my wackiness to more people and helps to make sure you don't miss an upload. Remember that you're valued in this world, always be creative, and have a good day.
Give us your power.